Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day and the Friday afternoon Zoom Karbon edition. And I'm on with some Karbon folks, and we are going to see what's happening today with the big drop we've had in Bitcoin. I'm sure a lot of you guys with shorts have been are in profit now, and your trades are probably closed. Let's go ahead and look at my Karbon back office. You guys seeing my Karbon screen okay?
Yep.
All right, so I've got 3 open now at a 369. 2 of these are my own. This one here and this one here. And I thought I was being clever by using by linking 2 trades to the Beyond the Bot account managed by Karbon, thinking if I had 1 long and 1 short, I wouldn't have to worry about liquidation, even though I had a nagging feeling that due to the time between these trades, like my shorts on the 3rd and my longs on the 8th, 5 days between them, there could be an issue. And sure enough, I got multiple emails today from Karbon saying, you need to, if you want us to manage us, you need to, whatever. And so I had to send a couple thousand over to that sub account to balance it out. And something I didn't really want to do. I had to liquidate some Bitcoin to do it, but anyway, I was going to add to that account at some point anyway. I just did it sooner than I'd planned. So now I've got these 2 trades, and one in stage 5 and the other in stage 4. This AVAX, if we get the big drop this weekend, might check out and into profit. But I started at 40% because it's a Beyond the Bot trade. Now I'm down to 5% on stage 4. So this strategy didn't work as well as I'd hoped, but I think it could work better if the times that the trades are initiated are closer. But being 5 days apart, it's probably too far. So any thoughts or suggestions on that? Craig, I know you do this with some frequency, so I was curious if you did anything like what I'm describing, or you're just too smart to do that.
No, well, I've got two trades in VET, a short and a long at the moment, and both of them are losing by about 15%. So it's just running and it's been going for several weeks, and it's just running in a channel right between my 2 trades.
That's frustrating. Yeah. We talked a little bit about this on Connie Zoom yesterday, and yeah, that's frustrating when it just won't quite get to where you need on either side. I've had that happen to me a few times. I don't trade both sides very often, but when I do, it usually does that. So, all right.
If I was manual trading it, I would have ladder bought to bring them closer and get out of them. But I don't generally do that in Karbon. I just leave it alone.
I did do that today on AVAX. My entry price is so poor. I did one. I think I got it. I got the price up to about 75 now, or yeah, 74 actually. So there's a slim chance I'll get out soon, but I could be stuck for a while. All right, so any questions on how we're managing the Beyond the Bot account? It's supposed to be just 1 the way Kevin describes, but I thought I was smarter than that and put a 2nd trade in there, and now I paid for it literally.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that works out. I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully I'll have at least some resolution on Monday. All right, so let's go to Linnell's email, see if we can help her out. In my, there we go.
Okay.
All right, you guys should be seeing an email now.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. So it starts here and what's relevant. So Linnell's asking about, and Linnell, chip in if I'm misunderstanding what you're asking, because I don't quite follow it. So it's one reason I wanted to go over this with you. in the second sentence here, you said, I looked at my Karbon account again and puzzled as to why it tried to liquidate. What do you mean tried to liquidate?
Well, or that AVAX thing did liquidate, or they Karbon put more money into it to keep it from liquidating or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, yeah, Karbon added some margin, based on that that setting that Craig's been talking about the last couple of weeks. And then so that prevented liquidation. So
Okay, so I don't know why that was necessary.
well, because it, trying to think the best way to explain it. It's sort of a stopgap measure that's less drastic than dropping, like another full 2 or 3%, and then putting that much more of your balance, out of commission to save the trade. So it's kind of a.
So did Karbon do that to prevent going through some of the other stages in money management? I mean, there was only 2 trades in there. And it was only at stage 2. Another one was at stage 6 and wasn't going anywhere. I don't understand why it even why there was any necessary thing to do margin to prevent liquidation.
Was that one of those, what they call them, fake wicks or something, where it moved
scam
very
wicks?
suddenly, scam wick, where it moved very suddenly? Because there've been a few of those recently. And what happens then is it moves so fast that Karbon can't adjust it in time. And so that auto margin adjust covers you. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. That's a better explanation. Not only does it involve less of your balance, but like what Craig just described, it can react much faster than Karbon can in crazy situations like a scam wick, something shooting up 10 or 20% out of nowhere. Those kind of things can liquidate us. So, this is a preventative measure to, keep that from happening.
Okay, well, I was just trying to understand what was going on.
Which trade changed on you?
I think it was that VIP account.
No. Which trade?
Was it
Not which
AVAX?
account.
AVAX.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with XLM because it closed. Shows that it closed on 2/7. Okay, that's XLM. So AVAX is in stage what?
Yeah, you said it shows that it closed. And is it referring to AVAX or XLM?
Yeah. AVAX closed, I believe.
No, you said XLM.
I get so confused.
When things started going up, XLM closed. After XLM closed, AVAX opened.
Yeah, that's when.
Yeah. I think you need to look and see what you have open. Yeah, take a quick look and see what you have open.
Yeah, you have to do that on your Bybit account to double check, but it should show in your VIP, account as well.
Well, I can try, but I'm not real quick with this stuff.
Yeah.
And now this is not well.
Okay, let's have you do that and maybe revisit, a little bit later. Your second paragraph.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out which account it was even talking about. And so I was just explaining it because there was an AVAX trade on there, but that one closed like at 6:02, and then later there was another account. So I didn't understand. That was initially part of my problem. I wasn't sure which account they were adding margin to keep it from liquidating. But it had to be on the VIP account.
Yeah, that's going to happen at your higher stages, probably 3, 4, 5 around there. So if you have something that just opens, it's not an issue, but yeah, your later stages that would be added in to prevent liquidation. So
it makes you feel any better, Linnell, I actually, it's been a couple months now, but I was so confused on what was coming from what account. I know that's been since then, but it'll tell us what account is being affected, but I know where I understand your feelings with that.
Yeah, and you know, that's I'm gonna go back to Karbon. And you know, I've got these 3 trades open. One's VIP, but KAAT, you know, I have 3 KAAT accounts now. I've got the main, the overflow, and the beyond the bot. And this doesn't tell me which one it's in. So that would be nice
Which
to
one it is,
know
yeah.
of those 3. I mean, I can go look at it obviously and figure it out, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want it to show me right away. So I think that's something I'm going to send them to ask about.
Yeah,
I thought Craig
I've
already
already
did that.
I've already contacted support about that.
I will pile
good.
on. So
Well, CJ, you do it too, then maybe it'll be,
Yeah.
if they hear it a number of times, it'll make sense.
that's what I was thinking. So the cumulative effect.
Sure.
All right. Okay, so Linnell is going through her computer to try to figure out where her, you know, those trades are, like we explained. So we'll circle around back to her if we need to. Otherwise, and question and answer session is open. What do you guys want to talk about?
I was trading, it's not one of the normal coins, but I was trading in Keep for the last few days, and it was in quite a bad negative situation, and I got a message this morning saying that it's going to be delisted on Monday or on the 14th. And that suddenly concerned me because I had to get out of it or it was going to be closed by them. And I did a ladder buy, and luckily about 5 minutes later I got out of it.
Nice.
But the interesting thing is that it's being delisted because they're merging with another coin, and it's going to be relisted again when they when they get that up and running. So it wasn't as bad as I initially thought, but I thought, gee, that's a very short time frame to get out of it on. And I know it's one that's in the Karbon settings, but not one that Karbon encourage us to trade on.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a good idea to at least skim any emails you get from Bybit, because they can be relevant to what you're doing. But like what Craig just described, you know, this happens. Some projects merge and get delisted, and sometimes it happens pretty quickly. So, you know, if you get a message like that, and if it has to deal with one of the coins that you're in on Karbon, you know, check it out or reach out for help. So thank you for that, Craig. I saw that email. I was curious if anybody was in that. I think Keep is one of my alerts. I just didn't have anything going at the moment. So
yeah, well, I've deleted all my alerts now. So
deleted all your Keep alerts, or just all alerts? Okay.
No, Keep alerts.
That's a lot of work down the drain if you did that. But I accidentally deleted about 10 of my alerts. I was able to find, well, I turned them off. I was able to, oh no, I know what happened. They were older and they had expired, and I hadn't made them open-ended yet. So
So
now that I had this many alerts, I went ahead and sprung for the premium version. So I'll have to pay for that in November. I'd paid for annual anyway. George, what's on your mind?
Well, I got involved in this project to replace all the alerts with customized ones that I had tuned myself, which is kind of like, you know, there are two sides to that. There's a little bit of hubris, like, oh, I can do it better than Kevin. But then there's also, you know, if that's not really true, I will suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
But I had replaced several, and you know, I had 20 trades since we were all deeply underwater. Well, maybe not all of us, but I had, like I said, I think the last time I was here, eight trades underwater. in Karbon and 2 in another Bybit account that I have. And 5 or 6 of the ones, or 5, I guess, of the ones in Karbon closed in profit. And then after that, there were 20 trades until they stopped it from trading because of the market conditions. So, and you know, with 2%, 11%, I think one was like 14%. I don't know how it probably spiked up that high before it could even close it the other day. So anyway, what was the point of this? So I guess the point is, yeah, I'm thinking of, you know, or I have thought of, I'm not sure I'm thinking of it now, but it's a possibility of just offering to people for a couple $100. I'll install my, you know, alerts if you want that, because you get a lot more, and each one is tuned to the specific time frame. It's not like you can apply the same alert to these 3 time frames. No, you get a full set of 6 or 8 time frames, you know, and you can see exactly how many trades it has gotten, and of course it's 100% win rate, but within whatever the time period is. And I have some that are shorter, so if the coin was only listed for 6 months, you may not want that one. I mean, I'm using them, but there are plenty of them that have been listed for a year or longer, and so, you know, I think I stopped that process of creating those alerts on about the 21st, which is when Bitcoin did this. So I don't know if they're 100% win rate anymore, you know. I would have to go back and revisit them.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, I've done that, Craig's done that. You know, it'd be interesting to compare notes and see how those are doing. You know, so far mine have done pretty well. It sounds like yours are, and Craig's as well. So, and it is tedious and boring to put all those alerts in. So George's offer of a couple $100 to add to your guys' charge is reasonable. So
yeah, I was doing that a lot until I got to the stage where everything was full. But I think that process is really important for people that have a limited number of alerts. So if you're at your maximum 100 alerts, then you want to start looking for more efficient ones rather than taking everything that comes along, because you want them to come in and out as quick as you can. And so you want to choose the most productive alerts you can.
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I thought, you know, the first one we had through Karbon was Bitcoin. It's like, how often do we get Bitcoin alerts, you know, or actual trades? I've had maybe 2, you know, since September. And so that would be maybe one I cancel and then take one that's more active, you know, like Craig and George are talking about. So that would be a way to approach it for those of you who don't want to pay for the premium service. Keep your alerts at 100. And yeah,
I too wondered why they had Bitcoin on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've had a couple
personally,
Bitcoin trades, but not many.
I don't like taking Bitcoin because they just don't seem very profitable to me. They seem to take a long time to resolve, and yeah, the returns don't seem to be the same because of the high entry cost, you know, the high value of the coin, I think.
Exactly. Takes a lot to move 1%.
I've got a Karbon issue I want to make people aware of.
Okay.
CJ. There seems to be an issue at the moment of Karbon accepting trades. I've got a situation in my account, and I've looked at it and I've got access to about 5 different accounts, and I've looked at it in all of them, and it's happening on all of them. And what's happening is, like in my overflow account, I've got absolutely no trades in there, yet it's coming through with it can't enter trades because it's blocked due to current configuration, or I'm getting Bybit return null when checking current position on the trade validation. So there's something going on that's stopping trades being accepted at the moment. Plenty of firing, but not many are taking.
I thought Kevin had stopped trades.
No, that was for a very short period. And
Are
there
you
has
sure?
been- yeah, because in the message board, it's been posted that the admin have said it's turned on.
Oh, okay.
So they either have stopped them and haven't turned them on and they don't realize, or the way they stopped them was a bit funny, or I don't know. But so I've just been popping in a few manual trades in the meantime.
Yeah. You guys see my account logs?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
lots of that in mine as well.
All right.
Well,
And I know
Karbon
I have
blocked
slots
this-
open. So
Karbon blocked this trade due to your current configuration or duplication of your current trade. Well, the way I have my signal set up, there would be a lot of duplication, so it's not going to accept those, and that's fine. I don't want
Yeah,
it to.
but if you've got absolutely no trades in the account, then there's definitely no duplicates.
Well, perhaps, but I don't know what that. Well, let's see, what is that? That's an IOTX. Yeah, I don't have any of those. So you're right. It's actually invalid.
And the configuration is the standard configuration of 3 trades, and there's nothing in there, so it should be accepting them.
Right.
And it's
okay.
across the board. It's not just one account. It's every account you look at and has the same messages.
okay. So that'd be another a note to send to support.
Yeah, well, I have done it, and I've sent screenshot of information as well. So
Well, then I'll pile on again. So
yeah,
but I've even
Yeah.
got, 3 trades after reaching 4. Actually, I need to change that back, but yeah, so that is a problem with them, not with us. I can look at my VIP real quick, but I think I'm going to see the same. You might recall I've my overflow that we're just looking at takes longs and shorts. My VIP only takes longs, and then my KAAT account only takes shorts. So you can see these are all longs. And yeah, the basic settings. I've got 1 trade in this now. If I click on I would expect to see some longs based on the dip action we've been having. But
There's been a lot of TV stuff trigger, but I'm trading manually, so it doesn't matter. I couldn't help with any of this.
Yeah, these should
Anyone know what
be
that unmatched IP message is? That is IP, isn't it?
maybe
Or is it
LP, IP.
it looks like IP. Maybe they've changed their IP address, and that's the problem. That'd be worth looking into.
That would
Good spotting,
certainly,
George.
yeah, that would return null. Okay, they're saying Vibit's returning null, and then I'm getting this. So
That sort of fits with what's being said.
yeah,
But I don't know how we'd check that, because the IP on the configuration hasn't changed.
no,
So if it's the wrong IP, then that's something they're doing. Something's changed on their system for the IP address, which
So Craig,
actually
did
makes
yours have
sense.
that IP when you sent that in?
Well, if they've suddenly changed it, maybe when they turned it off, it was one IP, and when they turned it on, it's changed the IP.
Yeah, I'm just asking, when you submitted your question to support, and your documentation, did it have that
No,
on
I
your
don't know.
notes?
I would have to
Okay.
go and look at it. But that is certainly a very good explanation.
Mm-hmm.
I'll add that into a message when I
Sure.
send it back.
okay. Well, I think we've
Okay.
kicked that one
Interesting.
around enough. Go back to Linnell. Had we covered your situation sufficiently, or do we need
It's-
to?
I think Craig probably explained it was saying that
Scamwick.
Scamwick
Mhm.
coming up. That's probably must be what triggered it. And that was my question, is why did it happen? I
Yeah.
looked at my account and guess what? All three of my shorts in stage 3 closed.
Yeah.
Yay!
All shorts should have closed with this dip. So
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
all gone. So I'm just in that dot long. So now
Yeah.
I need it to go up, don't we, Laura?
Oh, badly, badly.
I'm in 2 dot longs, so
So is
Um,
that the Nell? Is that the one that's opened
From
on
November
November
15th.
15th?
Yeah, you're in
Yeah,
it
me
too,
too.
I think.
So you and I are partners in suffering or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
misery
There-
loves company, right?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Well,
I think
And-
Robert's in it also.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, he is. Okay.
Anyway,
Well, guys,
right.
anything else to go over regarding Karbon? All right.
Well, I
Well-
think, we need, I want Kevin to train us to resolve trades like this dot long.
Mhm.
Well, you can go do beyond the bot trading and do whatever there, but let's get specific trading on that. But if you also are getting thoroughly disgusted with your being in a trade for several months, you should be able to take it out of Karbon and get yourself out of it, and whether it's in profit or not, you're suffering a big opportunity cost. If you come out and you
You
break
can do that
even, then at
anytime.
least-
You can
Yeah.
you can get out of that anytime you want.
Well, I mean, not at a loss. I mean, just you get out of it at least to break even, right? And then you have a slot opened up that you can, hopefully you'll have short trades that take minutes or hours or maybe even a couple of days, but not 2 or 3 months,
Right.
right? That you can be using that investment, that money, that margin for.
So do you
to make
honestly
money.
think that there is an option out there other than ladder buying, basically?
I don't know. I mean, I would like to know what all the options are and how to execute them. I mean, I can figure some of it out for myself, but honestly, it's hard to find the time. So maybe Terry Oliver was right saying, turn it over to a recovery bot. But if that's the answer, then we need to know where's the best recovery bot and how do we engage with that?
That's called grid trading.
Yeah.
If you search grid trading on YouTube, you can find that.
What kind of
there's
trading?
Grid, GRID, grid.
Okay,
it's good
I
trading.
did. I think I read that.
I looked
Yeah.
into it. I decided it's actually safer just to leave it where it is. One option I came up with is if you've got a spare KAAT account and you can afford to fund it, just change that to your overflow account and start trading.
That
on
doesn't
quick
get you
trades
out
on
of the
that.
trade though. That just gets you trading
No.
again.
It
Right.
gets you trading again, yeah, which is what most
Yeah.
people want. You've got to add money everywhere to get out. You've got to add money.
Exactly. If there's
So
any way
to
to do it other than that,
Yeah.
I don't see what it
Well,
is.
Adding
Well,
money to buy your way, adding money to ladder your way out of it can be
Yeah.
very expensive and you can lose it.
Yep.
Putting
Right,
money
so
putting money into another account and trading on that is safe as houses.
I think if you have enough volatility, let's say I'm underwater with DOT at 60%. Well, if that changes to 55% or 50%, then I can sell a portion. And then if it goes, which is at a loss, but then if it goes back down again, to say 60% or somewhere in that area, I can buy back in. So I'm actually using
Yeah.
that money, even though there's some loss involved, and I don't know all of the math, but ultimately, it's like you're buying it down, buying it down, buying it down. So then you have a choice. You can say, well, it's bought down so far that my initial entry price was 50 cents or $50 or whatever, and now it's down at 30. But my effective entry price is down there too, so I can lower my exit price so that I will somewhat break even or whatever. Anyway, and be able to take those hundreds of dollars that that are, you know, unrealized loss and convert them back into a form where you can be trading with them.
Yeah,
All right.
that's essentially grid trading.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be, and it would be, but it would be, you know, you're doing it manually, and I think that's actually safer than the bot approach. I tried out a Gridbot once and didn't like it. So
Yeah. Yeah, but that is grid trading, and it's very time and intensive. And Kevin's not keen to encourage people to go into that, because that's not what the system's about.
okay.
You know,
Well, fair enough,
yes, I
guess.
understand there is opportunity lost, but a lot of opportunity is lost if you exit out in a loss as well.
Okay, well, my point is maybe some of us would like to learn those techniques. And if Kevin doesn't want to teach them, that's just fine. I'm sure you can go somewhere else and learn them. Or maybe I just outlined how to do it and I'm too lazy or busy or whatever to actually go do it.
Actually, Kevin, in his last, in the last, whatever podcast or that he gave, he was talking all about doing a whole bunch of training sessions on techniques. And you know, that's probably part of what it is that he's talking about trading with or going into.
Yeah, that's a good point. He did want it to do some more training for traders, and it stands to reason that, you know, what George is talking about would be covered. If it's not, we could certainly request it. So I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, but, you know, early to mid this year, which we might all still be in a DAW trade by then, but
Please no.
I know.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking actually, I follow this AI price predictor. It looks like it could be 3 months, 6 months, maybe even longer before DOT goes, you know, up above that exit price that was set back in November.
Yeah.
Could be quite a while. I mean, it
You
will
know,
eventually hang in there, but you know, in the meantime,
Frank has a good
tied
point
up.
in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that. You should be able to convert a stuck derivative trade to a spot trade and remove it from Karbon, opening the slots. The trade then becomes a swing trade. I think that'd be a buy bid issue. I'm not aware of a process to convert a derivative trade to a spot trade, but you know, has anyone else heard of that kind of thing?
No, it's not possible, because in
don't-
derivatives trading, you're not actually you're trading it's futures, so you're actually trading
Mhm.
A contract or something like that.
Portion
a
of your
contract
position.
rather than the
Yeah.
actual coin.
You don't
Yeah.
have actual ownership of the coin to trade it, as in
Correct.
a spot trade. Okay.
So
Yeah, that
that's
makes-
sort of an apples and oranges thing, I think, but it's a great idea for the traders, but you know, I
In
don't think
theory.
the exchange wants to do it, but
Yeah.
I like the thought, but
Well, you
Hmm.
can sell at a loss at any time and buy something else if you
That's
really
true.
want to do that. I mean, Connie talked about that, you know, like she got out of some trade, which was what?
yeah, it was a
One
link
of those
trade
that was
short over in like
stuck in
November
for
or
a
something,
while.
October, November.
And then, you know, by eliminating her opportunity cost, was able to make a lot of money, you know, trading other coins, right? So
Yeah, she was able to do that in November when the market was pumping. So
yeah.
that was some pretty good timing, but and she's an experienced trader, so there's that too. So that's an option for those of you guys who are traders and are confident you could take the funds you get, even though you sell at a loss, and flip it around and make profit from it. So
I'm just about to post, so I'm trying to post something in the chat, which is, and it's not working very well, is 4 different ways to get out of trades. But it's not copying and posting.
if you have a problem with that, copy it and email it to me, and I'll send it with my my recording email. And I think that would be useful to some people.
Yeah,
and you guys can
it's
be looking forward
something.
to.
It's something someone posted, and I just thought, oh yeah, that's good. I'll keep a note of that.
Is that in Slack group, Craig, by any chance? You said
It
someone
probably
posted it.
is. But yeah, and I'll post it to you. Which you like Slack? I'll post it to you on Slack.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
And I'll do the same for you, CJ.
I keep it
and
open
you-
and
Alright.
read it.
You'll
From
need to
Um,
tag me or I may not remember, but
I have a question. Do y'all pay attention to when you go to Karbon on the dashboard and in VIP or even on your KAAT account? Do you pay attention to your balance and your, I don't know what they call it, projected
Profit?
profit
Yeah,
thing? Do y'all pay any attention to those figures?
I
I-
take absolutely no notice of the profit. I think that's totally garbage.
Estimated
Yep.
total profit and your
Yeah.
account balance?
Yeah,
The account balance I record every day on a spreadsheet to see what's happening.
I view this as an estimation. Like this
What-
minus 15 to 20%. See what you
Well,
can, VIP.
I didn't at first when I just have the VIP account. I mean, I'd look at it and say, oh, it's going up a little each day and that's good.
Mhm.
Sounded good. But then when I got these other accounts, I started paying a little more attention to it and look to all three of them. And I'm a little confused on the way they do it. So I sent Karbon a support ticket to see. I explained to them what I was looking at and why is it like this. One account had like the total profit was several $100s, and then this morning it was down like $400 less than what it had been. I'm like, that's a big change.
On the
And-
estimated profit or on the account balance?
It's on the estimated profit. So since they're not taking fees out of that, what made the difference? It was pretty interesting. So anyway, you might want to look at that a little more carefully in the future.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
well,
most of us
I've
have
got a-
learned not to rely, verbatim on these numbers. I just view them as estimates. Go ahead, Craig.
yeah, I've got one that's absolutely bizarre. And it's because it's my VIP account and I was trading in it at one stage, manually trading when there was no action going on. And then I withdrew money. So I've got an estimated profit of 1,246 and an account balance of 352.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like 4x, man.
And I don't know if it was I don't know how it would have taken account of the profits I was manually trading because Karbon, I know Karbon calculates that themselves. So
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
I don't take
don't
any
know
notice of
either.
it.
Well, I even had one where the estimated profit stayed the same for several days, but the account balance would go up and down. What's that?
That's usually the up and down. If it's small movements up and down, that's fees that are being either where you're getting paid or you're being deducted, depending on whether it's longs or shorts or you're a market maker, market taker, all those sort of things. So because the other one doesn't take into account fees, that doesn't change, but the balance does.
Okay.
So that one is logical.
Jared had some very detailed explanations that he posted. I think, Craig, you got them swapped over to Slack somewhere. I don't know where they're at though, but Jared did post them. I think he posted them in Telegram.
Was that to do with fees?
Not only to do with fees, but how they calculate profit and where they're, I mean, he dove into it to such detail. It was like, does anybody care that much? But he obviously does.
He does.
So
I've just referred people to Jared when they ask about fees.
Exactly.
'Cause
It's like,
I'm not
okay.
going in that deep, so.
I didn't see that.
Well, it was a
Well,
while ago. I think it was in December.
it might have been November. It might have been
November?
December, but he's, anyway, point is, I'm surprised some of the newbies haven't ask and he hasn't posted it again. But
Yeah,
usually
the whole-
that's what happens.
whole-
The newbies get on.
The whole fees issue is such a thing as I just like to make enough money that I don't think about the fees.
Exactly.
I just think
There you go.
15%, that's give or take, that's what it is, so.
Go with it. Yep. So, all right.
All right, thanks for that reminder. That's a good point. If you want to dive deep into the fees, then do a search in the Telegram group for Jared and fees, and you should be able to find that post string.
It goes, it's inches. It's on my phone and it takes up inches. So you know, it's very detailed. It'll be fairly easy to find.
Yeah.
And that was
Okay.
from Jared. I'll find it and repost it if I can.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna pick on someone a little bit. Jocelyn, can you speak up? Because I think you're the person who asked about leading indicators.
That's it. Yes, that's me.
Okay. Did you attend my altcoin alert Zoom before this?
I missed the first 30 minutes. I just joined after.
Okay, I talked about towards the end that there are some leading indicators.
Yeah, I heard your comment. Yes.
All right, good. So you got that information. So,
Yeah, thanks. Very
all right,
interesting.
cool. And that's not entirely relevant to Karbon, but it might be relevant to your beyond the bot trading if you want to do some more trend-based trading. So if you want to lop off 1 or 2%, then you could look at some of those leading indicators that I talked about in the altcoin alert Zoom before this. So I'm not going to repeat it here because that would bore the people who've heard it already. So, all right, thanks for speaking up. Do we have any other questions or issues to go over on Karbon? All right. Wow,
Hey,
we've been,
CJ.
okay, go ahead.
You were saying something about you keep track individually of the trades, so you don't, so you know exactly what the profit is that you're actually taking in,
Not the Karbon trades.
not the
I
Karbon
do.
trades.
I do my
Craig does that.
personal
Craig does
trades.
that.
Yeah, I do it in two ways. One, and I only track my free trading in detail. But what I do each day is I just record the balance in the account and the number of trades basically, and put it on a spreadsheet, so that I've got a spreadsheet of I can show you that actually if you want to let me share that, BJ.
Yeah, you may share.
Sorry, give me a second here to get it all up.
While you're getting that up, iPhone NE, is that iPhone Nebraska or what?
It's probably someone's initials, but
Could be.
I've seen that before.
I've seen it, but I don't know who or what.
She's looking at the attendees to see who that person is, but perhaps they request anonymity. Yeah.
Okay, so I do this when I get up each morning. So this is my VIP trade, and look, really nothing much has happened in there for ages. It's just so I record the balance. All the yellow ones are automatic. I put the date in, and I record the number of trades, and I know the average trades per day since I started. So that's my VIP account. This one here is my KAAT1 or main KAAT account. I created it before they called it main. And then I have my KAAT2. This is a very small balance account. Started with 74, and somewhere in there I added another $100 in there. And I run different numbers on that. I run less trades at higher percentages. So I'm trying to prove with that one that I can build a small balance into and get reasonable returns. And I do get the odd good return there. There's a $4, $6, $3. So there's some good returns in there for very small amounts. And then I have my overflow account. and that's had some really good trades recently. Like, you know, a few days ago it had 8, and then there was 6, and then there was 4, and nothing over the last 24 hours. And then I've got my Beyond the Bot. This is all I'm doing here is taking the balance and comparing it to the day before and getting a total. But what I'm also doing is I'm getting my daily balances from Bybit and recording those. That's a different spreadsheet, so I bring that through separately. And I actually record my daughter's account as well. So I just monitor those separately. I'll show you what I would do with the Bybit if I can find it. It should be here. It's this one. So you know that on Bybit you can, I'm showing warts and all here, guys. This is, you can download this information from Bybit, you can export it. So I export it and I move it into this Google Sheet. So this is February. This is every trade I've had in my manual trading in February. Been pretty good, except for this one here, which snuck up on me. I think I was on a conversation with someone and that happened. And I think that might have been, yeah, I can't remember why that happened, actually. But overall for the month, my total up here is up here for the month, up in the top left-hand, top left-hand side. And then if I go to my summary, I can see it month by month. So when I was learning to trade, I had some really bad losses. Then again in January during the crash, I had a big loss, probably about $19,000, and I've almost clawed it all back. So totally, I'm down about 7 grand at the moment.
Surprise, leverage education.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
huge learnings. But I mean, if you look at if we look at January without the crash, you know, really, these totals out the side here are daily totals.
Mhm.
I mean, apart from wherever that liquidation, I had a liquidation there. I had a few, but then it was these 3 that really hammered me.
Brutal.
That had to be a low spike.
No,
Or
that
large-
was the
That was,
Bitcoin crash.
January
Yeah.
21st for
And-
us.
Yeah.
But
And this in particular, this Dogecoin, that was right before the crash. I was trying to buy my way out of it. And that's why I say don't do it, because I had
Okay.
added a lot of money to it and it was within 2% of coming into profit. And then the Bitcoin crash hit and it ended up liquidating out. So if I hadn't have actually been trying to get out of that trade, I probably wouldn't have had this whole situation arise, because I would have had the cash there.
Sure.
You know, so you know, when you say, you know, I add money and buy your way out, well, yeah, you can, but it comes with a risk.
Well, you have to be
but
aware
then-
of the risk at all times and you know,
Yeah.
act accordingly, you know.
Well,
But if
you
you look-
can't anticipate, you know, a huge drop.
No. Well, I've got 2 trades, manual trades that are deeply underwater, but they would have to go down 99% from where they are now to get liquidated. And the only problem is I have about $200 left in that account to potentially make new trades with, so I could do what Greg's doing with his $200 account or less than $200.
Yeah.
And I might do that. I've made a few trades just to say I'm trading, just to say I'm not totally, you know, sitting on my hands.
Just to
Good
remember.
it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you gotta flex those muscles, man.
But look at this,
Yeah.
guys, from here down for the month. You know, pretty awesome results.
Yeah. Well, and when did you discover that Oh, the thing that takes over
Oh,
and
auto
adjusts your,
adjustment leverage. I'm
Yeah.
not sure actually. But not that long ago.
so that's helping matters too, I would think. But it's still,
Oh,
like you said, it's not going to
hugely.
protect you.
No, but it has saved me at least 3 times.
Okay.
And one time it actually wicked into the liquidation level without adjusting the margin and did not liquidate.
That's what you said.
Yeah, so
And Mark's
that was
asking, what
interesting.
did you learn? I think it's that auto extension for the leverage. I can't.
I learned lots of things. I'm learning to read charts a lot better. What
Auto
made the
margin
difference?
replenishment.
What made the difference? I'm not 100% sure, but really from the first day of this year, I started trading really well. I stopped trading for a while and I was just watching, and because I got sick of losing all the time. And then I just started again at the beginning of January, and it's gone really well since then. I was 6,000 up in January when I hit that liquidation. So I was already 6,000 up at this point here.
Yeah, I know, learning from, carbon concepts, reducing leverage and auto margin replenishment, and ladder buying, approaching it differently, closer to liquidation instead of like at a set percentage. All those things have helped my trading considerably. So
yeah, I think it was a combination of all those things. I think ladder buying makes a big difference too, CJ. Going with a low amount to start with, because it always seems to go against you no matter how careful you are. Ladder buy in again and bring that profit margin closer.
yeah, I've done it since the beginning. So it's just, you got to figure out when to stop and wait.
Yeah.
Usually 3 positions is the most I go. I will occasionally do a 4th, but
it's very easy to get underwater by going too far.
yeah.
And the most recent trick that I learned was just taking money back out of the auto margin replenishment. So you're getting a bit low on funds, recovering some funds from like if something's got liquidations a long way away, you can actually adjust the auto margin and recover some of that funds. So you've got available funds for other coins.
Cool.
So that was really helpful.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it here because we're like 45 minutes into this. Might be our longest one yet, but lots of good stuff. Craig, appreciated your participation as always. Laura, Linnell, everybody, George, appreciate it. And we'll be back on Monday night. So